I wanted to ask you about some comments by the president of Mexico, who's been very critical of the administration recently. Just today, he suggested that the U.S. Had blown up the Nord Stream pipeline. He suggested the administration was trying to derail Donald Trump ahead of the 2024 election. And then recently, he said that fentanyl is a U.S. problem, not a Mexican problem. This, of course, comes just a couple of months after the two leaders met in Mexico City. I'm wondering what this says about U.S.-Mexico relations, how you go forward when he's saying these kinds of things.
Well, you said a couple things that I want to address. Clearly, the first two are not true, and so I'm just going to put that on the record. As it relates to the fentanyl, this is not a U.S. problem. It's a global one. The trafficking of illicit drugs is causing a societal damage, needless death and suffering, and not just here, but also in Mexico. And so, we want to be really mindful about that. Dr. Liz Sherwood Randall, recently the President's Homeland Security Advisor, and other high-level U.S. delegation, they were in Mexico, and they discussed concrete opportunities to detect and disrupt and prosecute those who manufacturing and traffic fentanyl. And that is a conversation, a delegation that went to Mexico to have this conversation. And so, just want to be really clear about that, because that is something that, when we think about fentanyl, it's something that is affecting many communities. Look, we see our relationship with Mexico a vital one, an important one. They are a close neighbor. As you just mentioned, the president was just recently in Mexico City in January to do the summit, not just with the president of Mexico, but also the prime minister of Canada. You saw them. They had a very good summit, good discussion bilaterally when they had that opportunity during the summit. And so we're going to try and continue to grow that relationship. But, I'm certainly going to speak out and make sure we correct the record on some of the things that have just been said.